So the new trailer and first look at The Boys Season 4 is here, and a lot is going on in it. Welcome back to Fantasy Theory, and we're going to break down, theorize, and look at Easter eggs in the new trailer for The Boys Season 4. The Boys Season 4, if you didn't know, takes place a few days after Gen V. I don't believe you need to watch it, but it definitely will help in understanding The Boys Season 4 plot a little more. As well as it being just a pretty good show, it's set in The Boys universe. If you also didn't know, there is a Season 2 of Gen V confirmed, as well as The Boys Mexico being rumored to happen. Now, obviously The Boys is the main plot line, and deals with Butcher and Homelander, as well as the rest of the boys and the main 7. Season 3, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen that season, left off with the Soldier Boy being put away and knocked out, as well as Homelander killing a civilian in front of other people. Homelander's son now sides with Homelander instead of Butcher, and Butcher finds out he has only 18 months to live. Now, another spoiler alert for Gen V. If you plan on watching it, then I would come back to this video after. Gen V saw a virus being made that can infect Supes and only Supes. It saw Victoria Newman take it at the end, as well as 2 bad students, Sam and Kate, being praised for stopping an attack on Godolkin University that they started. Homelander ends up coming and stopping the attack, and then we have an after credit scene of Butcher finding out about the woods, which is where they were testing on Supes for the virus. Now, that was a little backstory to the season and to the trailer, so let's jump into the trailer now. We start with the backside of Homelander in his room in Vought Tower. The producers like to always do a shot of Homelander's back. Homelander's room has many statues and patriotic things in there. We hear a voice talking about Rome, Greece, and all democracies failing because, and I quote, people are effing stupid. Now, I thought this was Newman at first, but it could be the new character we see a little later in the trailer, this being the Supe Sage, who, as the boys tweeted out a while ago, is 1,000 steps ahead of you. I don't know if she's the first black woman in the 7, just because in Gen V, they were hyping Marie up all season long to be, but as we know what happens to her, maybe she is not. Now, she says people will tear apart democracies themselves with a little nudge from the leader, and then you swoop in to save them all, comparing this to Caesar. So this seems to be a conversation Homelander and the new character Sage are having. But while she's saying this, we see a Vought Tower still under construction from Season 3. Season 3, there was a big fight with Homelander, Soldier Boy, and Butcher in Vought Tower, so we see a crane on top of it, as well as the middle floor is destroyed. We then see Butcher alone in a Vought video, as one of the signs says. And then we see a Polarity sign in here. Polarity is a character from Gen V who was important to the Godolkin school, even as important to have a statue at the school. He's a metal bender like his son Andre, and he knew about the woods. There's also a sign that has Big Crazy Love 2 graffitied onto it, as well as graffiti that says family. It fades from Butcher looking at someone almost distressed to Victoria Newman in the spotlight. She's at a debate with her running mate Singer. In the description of the trailer on the Boys YouTube channel, it says Newman is closer to the Oval Office than ever, so I assume her campaign will be a big part in the season. As Sage says, people are effing stupid. We see people cheering for Victoria Newman. This may be how she's a secret Supe and people don't know that she's behind a lot of what's going on with Supes, but red, white, and blue balloons sprinkled down in the room and everybody celebrates. We then see the only shot of Huey in the trailer with Starlight coming out of the 21st precinct. I don't know why we barely see Huey in the trailer. I doubt he takes a back seat in the season, but who knows. This season seems to heavily focus on Homelander and Starlight's issue. Whilst stepping out of the precinct, she ignites her powers. Later in the trailer, we then see both sides of the people from Starlight and the people from Homelander. But leading up to that, we see crowds of people outside of a Vought facility, Homelander looking crazed, and the Deep staring at an octopus who, as we know, he loves the octopus too much, and even a little statue of the Deep in the tank. I also want to point out what she says in the moment when he's looking at the octopus. Obviously, this is pointing out his sexual history with sea creatures. Butcher and Mother's Milk, who is clean shaven with just a mustache this season, is at TruthCon. There's signs of Soldier Boy, Secrets Revealed, and Proud Gun Owner, as well as the big sign slogan reads, "There are no conspiracies, no coincidences." I don't know why they are there, perhaps to gain some intel on Homelander's side of the political issues. I also want to point out, Sage says the team will tear itself apart as we see Butcher with Mother's Milk and then Frenchie and Kamiko alone in a Jitter Bean Coffee Company warehouse, maybe symbolizing the boys group are crumbling from within. I'm not 100% sure. The description in the trailer also says Butcher lost Becca's son as well as being the leader of the boys because of the rest of the team fed up with his lies. And then we see the two groups, Starlight supporters and Homelander supporters, protesting each other outside a New York County courthouse. Starlight's side on the left supporting her yellow colors and the signs that read Fight Like a Girl, and then on the other side of the screen, Homelander's followers in red, white, and blue with signs that say Keep America Safe. I also want to point out that usually the good guys in the movies are on the left while the bad guys are on the right. So this showing Starlight is on the left while Homelander's on the right, maybe saying that Homelander's side is the bad side. What it looks like then is chaos pursues with Homelander's side attacking Starlight's side first. There's a sign that says Homelander is not my hero and something that says jail time. I can also point out another Starlight sign that says follow the light. In the chaos, we see Homelander smiling and watching it all go down, while Starlight looks worried as it goes down. The next scene, we see Homelander grab the hand of someone in a suit jacket. At first, I thought it was his son, Ryan, because the next scene shows Homelander raising Ryan's hand, but he's not wearing a suit jacket, so I don't think it can be him. We also see a new version of Black Noir. If you don't remember, in The Boys Season 3, Homelander kills Noir for not telling him about Soulja Boy. So this is obviously somebody new under the mask. It's easy to cover up his death and replace him since we can't see any of him and he doesn't talk. Homelander introduces Firecracker, who the Boys' Twitter account has said she has a short fuse, and Sage, who we saw, I believe, to be narrating the trailer. Firecracker stands on something that says the truth bomb with Firecracker, and next we see Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who was rumored to be in The Boys since Season 3, talking with Butcher. Now, you may recognize him from The Walking Dead. His character, I'm not 100% sure who exactly he is, but we then see Kamiko fight a young Soup with some type of tentacles coming out of her mouth. There's a figure in all black jumping out of a window. Could be Black Noir, but that might be too easy of a guess. Black Noir, The Deep, and A-Train pose for a picture together, and then we see Mother's Milk possibly about to fight a Soup who is morphing out of another part of himself. I really don't know what this power is called, but it's pretty gross to witness. Then Butcher's veins in his head move. Another gross thing, maybe being a long-term effect of taking the 24-hour Gen V from Season 3, or he's still taking it. We'll gloss over Ashley and her weird kinky interaction because it can't be a Boys production without something weird going on in an episode. And then a Homelander almost going insane and shooting up into the sky. A-Train inspects a jar with fuzz in it next to a photo of Stormfront. Could be her hair, as I see people say online. I have no idea. He's obviously snooping through Homelander's room, which is not a good idea. Finally, we see a Soup throw another person into a building, and then we see Butcher talk to Jeffrey Dean Morgan about your group being called The Boys. My theory for his character is that he's a doctor that may be able to help Butcher from dying. That might just be wishful thinking because I don't want to see Butcher go. The closing shot is a crazed looking Homelander absolutely covered in blood. He's obviously destroying someone and smirks right before it comes to the Prime outro logo. Now, who he killed could be anyone. A regular person, Ashley, maybe A-Train after he catches him snooping in his room. That could be interesting to see. A-Train trying to outrun Homelander but just isn't quick enough. I wouldn't put it past Homelander kill somebody in the 7 because, well, rip Black Noir. So a theory I've seen in the comics is Homelander raises an attack on the White House with other Soups. As we know, he plants the two students, Sam and Kate, as the Guardians of Godolkin, so maybe he's starting to recruit his own little army to do this. Would it be a cool subplot for the season, but I'm not exactly sure if that's where they're going with this. Anyway, that's everything I noticed in the trailer. I'm curious, where do you think this season will go? Vought is obviously going to be backing Homelander in his trial, but why does it seem like he's going crazy in the trailer? More crazy than he already has been. I hope we see the return of Stan Edgar as well. I love Giancarlo Esposito, so it would be cool to see him and at least a cameo, just to know what he's been doing since Season 3. With all that being said, I also want to know if you noticed anything in the trailer I didn't cover. Some other questions I have: who's in the Noir suit? Will Butcher actually die? Who is the new character Butcher is friends with? Why is Huey barely in the trailer? But we'll keep it at that for now because I do have a lot of questions. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I cannot wait for the show to come out. There's not an exact time. It just says coming soon, so maybe it will come in sometime in 2024. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all on the next one, which will probably be the House of the Dragon trailer breakdown, so keep an eye out for that one. But anyway, have a great day.